alive and to be up and at 'em so early on a Sunday. I can't believe it. I went and listened to the video, and even though it's not beautiful, I understand totally understand what it's saying, because it's what's going on in the world and we're all waking up and seeing it. So I totally get what this message is all about. Maybe it's not beautiful to relate it to the day of yesterday, which I don't. I just see it as the video it was. But there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world, and I definitely see it. I do a lot of research and know what's going on. And this fellow says it really, really well.
Good morning on this beautiful Sunday. Yes, it's nice to be up early and just about to make my morning tea. We got a message to the moderators last night from someone who watched the video I posted and was trying to relate it to beautiful, but it was about, we had a beautiful day, and the last two speakers of the day really helped us to, open our eyes and realize that we have to work on the solution. And I believe this video wraps up for all those of us that are awake what's really going on about we see you, we see everything that's going on. We're waking up to everything that's going on, and that's where I related it to the end of the beautiful day that we have. And even though I use those words, the reality of what's really going on is not beautiful. And MLAs call us disgusting. Lauren Collins, for example, and John Horgan tells us to go get a hobby. Yet none of them show up, and none of our MLAs, MPs, mayors, anyone that's supposed to represent the people, they don't show up. And that's because they're doing all these horrible things behind the scenes. And the beautiful part is we see you, we see them doing it. So I guess if someone's going to come on here who never speaks about anything or adds any insight or inspiration to everything that I've been through and what I've seen with a lot of other people, I just take that with a grain of salt. It was a late night message, and the person thought they were only speaking to me, but they were actually speaking to all of us moderators. So it's a beautiful morning, and we still have a lot of challenges ahead of us in our country and around the world. And I stand by the post that I choose. It took me a while to find that specific video after I went through many, many others. And so if you want to have a look at it, it's a reality video. I'm going to go back and listen to what I said to see if I specifically called it beautiful. Yes, so I did hear it again, and I said it was appropriate. So, Gigi, I hope that you'll understand where I'm coming from in that perspective. I appreciate you and your honesty, and I hope that when you come on this morning, that you have a beautiful day, and thank you for listening. I really appreciate there's people out there that I've never met who do listen on and on from the last day to the last week to the last 7 weeks. So thank you very much. And look forward to hearing about the barbecue up at the Chow gas station. So anybody, when you pop on, I'm hoping some of you sleep in and catch up from your rest from all the hard work. And I look forward to hearing from you in a little while.
Good morning. I don't know where Wave gets sunshine from, but it's not shining over here. Morning, TK. Oh, what did I miss? What's going on? What video are we talking about? Fill me in. I'm having a senior moment here.
Good morning, old trucker. Well, the sun is shining over here. It's actually I'm having coffee in my bedroom, and I'm looking out my window and see all this beautiful day. But the other day when you said it was sunny at your end, I'm like, it's not sunny out at my end. So I guess it depends on what side of Nanaimo you're on. I'm over in the north end. And you just have to scroll up a bit and you'll find the video.
Yeah, I'm over in, what the heck is it? Cinnabar? Yep. Yeah, what's the... Okay, I will do that. And was there some trouble or some other things going on yesterday or what?
Yeah, the police were busy yesterday putting roadblocks up all over the place to prevent people from getting down to the Parliament. And I think maybe some people might have gone home from that, and some people drove around a bit, and some people parked and walked down anyways. And they walked down to, like some people parked over on Dallas and then walked all the way down to the Parliament buildings, which is quite a hike. So good on everybody that's, determined. It's amazing. So proud of all of us.
Yeah, that's good. So the police everywhere are becoming arseholes, eh?
Yeah, it would appear so. Oregon is putting them out on task to try to block us.
Yeah, it's they don't realize by doing that they're just pardon the language, pissing quiet Canadians right off. It would appear that they don't have a brain that functions for their own benefit. They listen to the brains that are supposed to be functioning, which never have, politicians. And yeah, we may have to go toilet paper at Bonnie Henry's house and John Horgan's house, and get some old fashioned tape recorders and set tape recordings of horns honking all through the night out in the bushes and stuff like that, eh? They become terrorists, freedom terrorists.
It reminds me of when I was a kid and you go around toilet papering some people's places and knocking 9 doors and all those crazy little things that we did when we were younger. Yeah, well, I'm sure that there's going to be more determination from everybody in creative ways to handle this. So it should be interesting to watch the next little while. And the talk that Marcus did yesterday was amazing. I really, really like this fellow. So I enjoyed that, and I got to meet some great people too. And thanks to TK, she's expanding my horizons of getting to know more people, which I appreciate.
Good morning, old trucker. Thanks, Wave. The talk, we didn't get the end of it, which led up to the video that I posted, and then about We See You. It's a truthful video. But I posted in the chats here the beginning intro of Brett to Marcus Anthony Ray, and I think there's about 14 minutes into the talk, and it probably went for another 10. I think it was a 25-minute talk, and that was after 4 hours of noon to 2 was the WWR, and then at 2, Christian went on stage until 4, and the speeches went on and 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 on, and there was no room for Marcus to speak. So the people that feel passionate and that are awakened, we stuck around and we got to see the beginning of the talk. But the end was brilliant and wrapped up quite nicely, which I don't have here. But the professionals are tweaking the actual videos. The one I posted is a live feed. So I think moving forward, the convoy in downtown is going to look a lot different because of the entire Douglas Road. Once they hit town, all the way up to Dallas was blocked off, and people had to park 15 minutes away from downtown. And there was no need for it. It was the same beautiful convoy with a handful of great big gorgeous trucks. I was so looking forward to seeing the truck by Rover that he had in Ottawa. There's thousands of signatures all over it. It's beautiful. And I think, and I even spoke to the one officer that I dealt with off and on the past 6 weeks. And I was always honest with them. They were honest with me. And for them to block this, it wasn't like anybody was locking it down. If we were going to lock it down, they would have done it long before announcing it on a Saturday. Saturday convoys about rolls around the Parliament a couple times, and then everybody goes to park. They've been doing that week after week after week. So yeah, I was really disappointed, and I can't imagine being in that convoy. If I was in that first truck, I probably would have drove through the barricade and let the cops all chase me while all the other convoy keeps going. They just have to realize, you're right, trucker, that old trucker, they have ticked a lot of people off, and there's a silent strengthening brewing amongst Canadians, and we're 10 million strong around this country. And Horgan and Trudeau think that they can use their power and abuse us further from our own freedoms to the right to travel and the right to protest and the right to freedom of speech. Yeah, you know what? In a way, I'm grateful, because it's going to set so much strength up moving forward, and they're not going to see what's coming. So I'm all in. 100%. I think there, out of the 10 million awakened people, I know that at least half of that will go to any lengths to keep our freedom. And I think the other half are well on their way to support all of us. And that's, strength in numbers. We are the power. We are stronger with our power because there's so many of us over the government. We have the power over the government, and the people that are asleep just keep walking around like the government does no wrong. So we're going to fix that. Look at me ranting already at this hour of the morning. My goodness.
Holy crap. Did you get the jab or what? Caffeine jab I'm talking about. No. It comes to a boiling point, eh? You can be nice and polite as long as possible, but when these, and I'm going to say this because it shouldn't be any kids, these assholes keep pushing and pushing with their bullshit, they gotta know what's gonna happen. They have to. If they got an ounce of brain cell left between their ears, you can only push people so far, and then all hell's gonna break loose, and the devil's gonna be the scaredest one.
Yeah, I agree. I read a saying one time, because Scorpios, we have a temper. Like once somebody betrays us or something, we bring our stinger out, and so when we're ticked off, even the devil runs and hides. So, and they haven't really ticked me off yet. So imagine if they continue to go. Because I intend to confront Laura Collins and John Horgan personally, for shaming me and calling me disgusting, and him telling me to go get a hobby. He knows nothing about me, neither does she. And they have no right to tell me these things. I'm a Canadian. I'm also on this island. You are my member of parliament and my premier. And how dare you turn your back on me? So I'm just going to learn a little bit more ins and outs about how I confront our government, so they cannot arrest me, to make sure that I have a lot of support behind me. So if they do try to do these things, when I speak up, because when I speak up, I intend to be heard. Just like yesterday, when Brett was saying they tried to shut down Marcus, they tried to, the darkness is trying to make sure he's not heard. Well, just like Marcus Anthony Ray, he will be heard. He's now inspired me as well. And I know a lot of other people feel the same way. So, yeah, you're right, old trucker.
Yep. One thing we got to do, and do this to Trudeau as well, is Horgan and Bonnie Henry and Dix and all the other dicks in effing government. Look them straight in the eye and say, mother, you work for me. From now on, you're going to do as you're told by the people, not do what you want to do. And then, when you tell them that and they don't understand, then I guess you got to burn them at the stake like they did back with the witches. And then all the other politicians will see that, and then they'll fall in line. You got to make a sacrifice with one, so choose one.
Well, I personally think that the government all has to collapse, and then it has to be rebuilt by the people, because I don't believe that there is anybody there that's not corrupt. So I do. I think it all needs to absolutely collapse, be rebuilt, because there's a lot of really good people that could go and do a really good job. And I believe we probably don't even need the amount in government that exists, because I don't think we need to have that much over us all the time, because I think that's part of the problem. And so, yeah, to me, it just has to collapse. There isn't anybody there, you know, especially by all the research I do, that they're all worthy of holding those titles. They all need to be held accountable, but they all need to go and be replaced with the right people, and the system needs to be rebuilt. So, yeah. And one of the things that Marcus said that I really, really liked, right off the get-go, he said, did you hear a solution today? We need to focus on the solution, not the problem. And I agree with that.
You're absolutely right. All these politicians got to be taken fishing out into the middle of the ocean and then replaced with honest, hardworking people. And I don't mean lawyers and bankers and stuff like that. I mean people like you, I, TK, you know, honest, hardworking, blue-collar people that are in it for the people, not money, that will get the job done the right way. And, yeah, you know, it's got to come to a boiling point, though, before all this happens. And it's not that far down the line from the way I see. And there was I got a thing on my phone. It's a picture type of thing, but it actually happened, I don't know, in the 1800s or something like that. But I can't remember which country. I'll have to look it up. But the prime minister was kind of like what we have now here, Trudeau. He pissed everybody off to no extent, and then one day they got him and they ended him, and then they ate him. So, but I'm not gonna have a piece of Trudeau because that'll leave a shitty taste in your mouth. But I'm gonna look for that because I can't remember what country it was.
I'm not really sure how to respond to what you just said. I definitely know they need to be done to task, but yeah, no, no eating. I'm not a cannibal.
The way I look at it, if you don't know how to respond to what I just said, that means you're thinking about it, right?
Well, it's a matter of time before, you know, Trudeau is removed. It's just that, you know, it's that unknown, and when is it going to happen? When we wanted it to happen yesterday. So that's where it gets a little frustrating. It's like, well, we see it. When's this going to end? And we saw it a long time ago. And why didn't it end there? So it's this waiting game is the hardest place to be.
When his time comes, he should not only he should be charged for every damn crime that he committed, crimes against humanity. I mean, every single one. And then treason against Canada and Canadians, and there's only one punishment for treason, and everyone knows what that is, and I believe it's still in the books in Canada.
Well, I think that's when it becomes military and tribunals, and so I don't know if that is related to Canada or worldwide, but there is only one outcome for treason and crimes against humanity. And so be it. They are aware that that's what's going to be the end result if they make these choices.
There's something. Trudeau, Horgan, they all make up their own laws. We as Canadian citizens, we can hold the trial. We can be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. This is what this country did that I'm trying to find this picture on. They had enough is enough. They became the judge, jury, and executioner. And then they moved forth from there.
I'm just catching up on some of these talks as I plan to head up to Nanaimo. Well, you know, when it comes to cannibalism, when I heard you say that, I was like, yeah, no. But apparently, you know, in a lot of these fast food chains, the evil people have been grinding up the people that they've murdered and put it into food. So the likelihood of how disgustingly this is, we all may have already had a bite. So, you know, there's a lot of evil in this world that I'm just coming to understand. And so I extra bless everything I eat now and everything that I smell and breathe. I know that's a little bit off the side there from what you guys are speaking of, but, you know, I think for a long, long time, government or what I saw on the TV or when I, you know, saw the ads, I honestly can tell you 100% of me had no idea how corrupt and how evil and dishonest and sneaky they were, all of them, behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about, TK, and yeah, and the bigger picture of what's going on there, and it is absolutely disgusting. But again, that is them doing stuff to us that we're unaware of, and that is all satanic. It's the same thing as that they're getting people to take the vaccine being unaware of what it contains. You know, this is how they do it. It's very underhanded to do the things that they do to us instead of giving us a choice. And that's what they've been doing. And now, again, they've just escalated it by trying to not let us have a choice and just do things to us. And we've become awake to this and saying, nope, that's enough. No more of this.
Did you guys see the video on the two doctors? I posted it on Facebook yesterday. I come across it. Someone posted it in